I have lived in Canada for more than half a year now, and still I cannot stop talking about it. Generally, it's been such a joy for me living here, as either I'm a very optimistic person or that there's nothing wrong with this place. I mean, I have heard people complain about some aspects of it, but they're mostly people who have immigrated here and separated from their loved ones and miss them, or that they don't know the language and cannot connect with enough people or the culture here. The weather is much better than what some people warned me of, and I think that their comments were somewhat of an over-exaggeration of its cold, at least in the southern states. Yes, it was super chilly in January, but other than that, it's pretty normal. Sometimes warmer, sometimes a bit colder, just like most of the countries. If it's a destination for you for any reason, the weather should definitely not be something you overthink about. The people are very close to what I had heard of the Canadians. They are warm-hearted, friendly, cooperative, and kind. You walk down a street or in a park and you see strangers smiling at you or saying something nice to you, which is the coolest thing ever. There are a lot of immigrants here as well from every corner of the world, which they are pretty cool too. I mean, I've been in some terrible places of the world, and I cannot be happy enough to see that the culture of cooperation, kindness, and integrity is not only limited to the people who created this country, but also widespread among those who are seeking to have a better life through this culture. I cannot go to the specifics, but other than the rent, which might be challenging for some people due to the existing housing crisis in Canada in recent years, you can afford a lot of things simply by having a normal job. I haven't had the chance to travel to other parts of the country, which I will surely do soon, especially Toronto and Vancouver, the two major Canadian cities, but Calgary is such a beautiful place to be. Its topography is outstanding. I can connect to a city easier if it has mountains and hills and rivers and not just a flat surface. It makes remembering places and finding addresses easier, as I have what my friends like to call an address blindness. The city design is, to my little knowledge of engineering, pretty good and eco-friendly, as I immediately felt comfortable with it, and the structure of the roads and buildings do not confuse you. Even many of my friends who came from other cities of Canada loved Calgary the most. People generally speak English here, and the accent is identical to the United States. Some folks speak French as well, but it's not very common around here. There's a state in Canada called Quebec, in which the majority speak French. Like the language, many other parts of the culture, including arts and music, are also intertwined with the United States as well. The city is pretty close to Banff, which is the country's biggest and oldest national park. A lot of people come to Calgary just to go to Banff. It's a small but really nice city in the foothills of Rocky Mountains, about an hour's drive from here. It has a gondola ride to a mountaintop with outstanding views, dining places, and a museum. You could also visit Lake Louise, Kananaskis, and Takakau Falls, which are very refreshing places as well, and you can experience nature at its best. I have a video of one of our recent visits to Banff, and don't forget to watch it as well. Calgary has a unique festival called the Calgary Stampede, which is an annual rodeo and exhibition held in July. People dress like cowboys and party like hell. I didn't know about it, so I was very happy that this particular city has a festival about the part of the Western culture that I'm most crazy about. I will make a video about my all-time favorite game, Red Dead Redemption 2, and you'll find out why. That was my humble take on this beautiful country so far. If you liked the video, please leave a comment or subscribe. We'll come back with a lot more videos on a lot of different stuff.